Because you started off by talking about how you were this innocent child going to play and you get run over by the police and how they started to almost bring you into this situation as a young age.
They made me a gang member. They put us on the wall and told us to throw up the
Sound,
same thing he was throwing up. Throw up Crip. You know, I, I became a Crip that day. I wasn't no Crip, man. I was running around. I was playing with Legos. I was playing with trucks and remote control cars and shit.
but when all this is happening, as you get older, are the same police officers not coming around to say, "Oh, we need to intervene," or do they just like, "Yep, that's fine, let you guys kill yourselves, and we just make sure you don't step into outside of the boundary?" Or
I'm gonna tell you something they did that really messed us up one day. There was a guy who we all watched. You know, the news back then, everybody saw the same news the same
yeah,
time. You know what I mean? And so there was a kid in the projects who had gotten killed on the news who was like flash. Police had shot him down. You know, we don't know if he had a gun or what he did. But what they used to do was when they transferred the police, they transferred this guy to my neighborhood. And this police told us, yeah, I'm the one who killed so and so. He told us. And like now I'm in y'all hood. All they did was transfer him. And so that, you like, kill for what? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like we saw this guy running around there and it's just like all of these nuances. You have different people crossing through your neighborhood. Our neighborhood was considered a rich, more well-to-do. The homes there now are $1 million.
mm,
We just sold our family home and we still have a home there. It's valued about upwards of $1 million right now.
wow,
And, and it's paid for. Um, but Compton, they would come there because we were green. There was no organization, you
mm.
know, and the people who were putting it together were already in prison. So they called us rich Crips, which means we were weak. But we took that and we ran with it. And now when you hear Rich Rollins, Neighborhood 60, like Nipsey Hussle used to claim, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, the neighborhood got connected through prison. And man, when guys came home from prison, they were teaching us, my friend came home from a level 4 yard. And when I got that gun, he was like, no talking. Like we don't do no talking. It's all action.
Mm.
So I felt like a man when I was 15 years old, 16 years old. I was very dangerous, man, as a child. Like, I ain't lying to you. If you did something to me, I would not go to sleep before I got your ass. Very dangerous. So my first two cases, if you do it now, you'll never get out. I had two separate shootings on. I was convicted of shooting on two separate high school campuses. That's how serious I was.
So you come from a house where your parents are pastor and
Hmm.
and they regularly going to church. When they're seeing what's happening to you,
And I'm at church with a gun because I feel like somebody knows my father's a pastor. They may come to the church to try to get me. So I'm at church with the gun. I've left church and saw my enemies in traffic and got busy on them.
so you lose all fear, no thoughts
Off
of repercussions. It's just
the fact, the respect that you get, and when you're accepted
yeah,
and you get the respect, it's intoxicating.
wow,
So, people fearing you when you're young, that's a big thing. Like I said, the school police came to me and he just was like, after an incident, after putting ambulances on school campuses from beating, so-called enemies, he's just like, look, just tell me who you got a problem with and I'll kick him out. He didn't want the problems because I ran, like we recruited pretty heavily because everybody was scared. We're going to school in a different neighborhood. So who's going to stand up to these guys whose neighborhood is, who's from the other side. Their bloods, we're Crips, you know, and you know, their homeboys is out of school. When we come out of school, you know, it's cars out there, you know, like they're prepared. We're in their neighborhood. So we just had to let them know there'll be swift repercussions. Like that's what people respect. And it's still like that today. People only really they respect the repercussions, you know?
Wow. When in the life of this, how are you seeing life outside of this? Did you ever think what happens when I'm 20, 30? You know, do you think beyond that and like maybe I should put things around so I get a job and stuff or
I was supposed to die in my teens, bro, in my mind. And
you were fine with it.
I was gonna ride out. I wasn't. It wasn't that I was fine with it. It's just that I knew how I was, and I knew what I had seen. But what I had seen was guys who were like not as intense. You know, like when you hear about when your parents get a call from one of the sisters at the church, and her son was walking home from church with a Bible in his hand in Los Angeles, and he's murdered in an alley with a Bible in his hand walking home. I just couldn't not allow that to be me. I just could never see anybody doing that to me. Like that's the only thing that I could think of. Summers, I was working out for fights, trying to develop a physique. In elementary school, I boxed. I did everything. My whole homework was self-defense. How not to get your ass kicked tomorrow. That was the homework. How
But
not to be intimidated. How not to be running and being chased. One time, these guys pulled up in a truck, and we just all started running because we knew what it was. And I ran to one of my homeboys, and he looked at me. He looked, and he looked at me. He said, "You ain't got a scratch on you. Don't ever come to my door, and you don't have a scratch on you." And from that moment, that was it.
what happens to your relationship with the police then? Do you still get intimidated by them at that time the same way they happened when you were trying to buy the bike?
No, actually, shit, we was intimidating the police at that point.
Oh, so
And,
roles
and the reason
reversal.
why I say that is because one of them, the tough dude, he
Yeah.
was, you know, with children, with teenagers. And he was kicking our ass every time he caught one of us. And all of us just vowed, man, we're gonna get him. And we was riding one day and saw him and his wife and his family unpacking their goods in another neighborhood. He moved there. And do you know within 3 days they moved, we never saw him again. We pulled up at his house.
Wow.
Sure did. Like, oh, now we know where you live at. And that went through the neighborhood. He knew that. They moved immediately. And good for him. I hope it was a super inconvenience. I hope he didn't get sleep. I hope his wife was scared. We never did nothing, but it just, you know, like it kind of evened out the playing field when you know where they live at, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
And still to this day, look what these bastards are doing to this day, man. They still doing this all over the country, man.
how different was Saint Training Day? You know, the Denzel character was that's true.
Hundred
You know,
percent, 100%.
so
Every
those.
hood got every hood got one of them, man. Pretty much every neighborhood has that character,
Wow.
and that was realistic. It was shot and advised by real bloods from from over that way in the jungle. I've been there, and I've been there because people would say, "Look, you hear things like it's one way in and one way out, and don't go to the jungles," and that's kind of like a part of the fantasy of being real is like, okay, I'm me, but am I me over there and over here and over there? And so, gun is a powerful thing, man.
Wow.
It's a game changer.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay, you okay?
They don't understand what Jodeci Boys and men and all spirits.
Lay it.
I mean, I love all different genres.